Josh Reiner, and then Steven Buda. Okay, so their presentation is going to be a half hour. So we'll take questions at the end if we have time.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming out this morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, obviously. We have nice weather. So as Caitlin said, we are doing ours on school sports and the culture and morality behind them. So sports that are offered by the schools, clearly there are a bunch, but the top 10 that are mainly in schools are baseball, basketball, cross country, football, lacrosse, soccer, swimming, tennis, track, and wrestling. So a little background, there are two major forces into determining this, and that's the school program and the physical education that would be provided to the students. And the focus was mainly on boys as it started to develop. And in 1903, Luther Gulick started the New York Public School Athletics League, also known as PSLA, or AL, sorry. And this also developed in 177 cities by 1915. And the purpose of this was to encourage healthy, strong bodies in the mind through competitive exercise, which is all the different school sports. And the PSAL conducted class athletes in grades 5 through 8 to start, but then further went into develop through high school as time progressed. And then administrators were really concerned to start off because they thought that it was a waste of time and energy for students to be involved in sports. So a little bit more background. Some issues included the quality of coaching that they got to coach the students. There was a small number of boys involved in certain sports to start off. There was a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct because there really weren't set defined rules because at the time these were just getting started. They used ringers, which were non-students and more professional players. So that would be like if Duke basketball got a high school kid in their program, which really isn't allowed, which would be bad, obviously. There's a lot of out-of-town travel. So that would be like if our local BG high school went to Tennessee to play a team in Tennessee for a game. The length of the schedule for the season, a lot of interference with the schoolwork of students, a lack of carry-over value, which was the amount of how much the sport would cost the school, injuries, and the emphasis of winning, among others. So another big issue was welfare of the students. So a lot of students at the time, since there was really no sportsmanlike conduct, were getting hurt with concussions mainly. So this was a really big issue. Administrators thought because with students being out with concussions, it was very hard for them to focus on their schoolwork and get it done properly. And then another thing was, so now we're going to pass the ball for any questions on the background sports. If anyone has any questions. The ball gets passed to.
Nobody.
Okay, so kind of the purpose of school sports. The objective was to enrich the students' experience throughout high school and really throughout school in general, because it gets the students involved, not in the school, but like you also get involved in the community, because as you're going around, I know I, for one, was involved in a lot of school sports, and so was my family. So we are a well-known family throughout our town due to sports and our involvement with sports in the high school and school community. So it helps also to get students that next contribute to their overall education. And it's not just the athletes that get their education. Other students can also learn from school sports, because really you learn a lot of life lessons, which is what I'm going to talk about next, through being in school sports and being involved with things like, I know for one, I didn't really play school sports as I progressed school. I was actually our cameraman for our basketball team and our ball boy for a little while, and I still learned those life lessons that the basketball kids were learning a lot throughout their time. But it teaches, some things it teaches is citizenship, sportsmanship. It teaches them fair play, teamwork, respect. And it also teaches the health and welfare of all students. So these are our life lessons that I've learned, and the ones that I think are really important is that body language speaks volume. So if you're moping, walking off the court, or walking off the field, it shows that you're really not dedicated and you don't care about the team. If you walk off and you run off with that sense of pride, it shows that, well, you know what, this kid's really involved, this kid really cares. Another one is you must discipline yourself, because in sports, if you're really not disciplined and you're just doing whatever you want, then there's really no point in staying on the team or playing, because you gotta think, without discipline, what's really the point? Life isn't always fair. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to lose every game. You got to learn there's moments in life where you're going to really succeed really strong, but then you're going to downfall sometimes. But you got to battle back to get right where you want to be. This one I really like. Together everyone achieves more, which spells out team. And I really think this is a really important one. This teamwork throughout life is always going to be there. You're always going to have a team, whether it's a group of students working together, a group of teachers working together, just random kids on the street working together to do a fun project. You're always going to have teamwork within a community, a school, wherever you're looking, you're always going to see teamwork. And then finally, this was a really common one, but respect everyone. You're not going to go out there, a basketball player isn't just going to go tell a ref to F off or you suck. Like, you got to learn to respect, because if you're going to a principal as a teacher and telling them to go eat a pile of shit, then you're really not respecting them, and you gotta learn respect is key. And I included this little everybody love everybody sign from the movie Semi-Pro. I don't know how many of you have seen it. That's just my favorite saying. You know. Ooh.
Okay, so my side of the of this presentation. So no one talked about pretty much what the ideal culture of sports is. Like with the last slide, we talked about different life lessons that these kids learn. That's ideal culture. Modern day, real culture though, that does not happen. So I'm gonna tell a little story for you. So, no, So, junior year, senior year, so in high school I played golf. Junior and senior year, I was decently recruited throughout school. I had a couple D1, D2 offers, nothing too special though. I have them right here actually. So I had East Georgia State, University of California, Riverside. What else I had? I don't know. I had Rutgers University as well. I also had University of Akron. Those of you who don't know, University of Akron, their home course is Firestone Country Club. They play numerous PGA Tour events there. Tiger Woods has actually won 8 times at that course, so that's pretty outstanding. But obviously, I passed on all those scholarship offers. So why would I do that? I did that because I'm going to be a freshman in college, and I did some research on those schools. The freshmen on those teams barely ever got to play. And so I know that coming to school, I'm working my ass off, both academically and athletically. So I'd be going to the course, practicing every day, lifting weights every day, and all for what? Not to play? Fantastic, I'll pass. But, and so this kind of goes along with how participation in youth sports is defined. So there are 3 significant factors. One of them is the up and out mentality. That comes from the Aspen data. I'll get into that a little bit. Another factor is increasing costs to play, as well as poor training for coaches. Okay, so recently there's a high pursuit for an athletic scholarship in like youth athletics. So this can begin at a very young age. So how many of you are familiar with like the ESPN 300, ESPN 100 rankings for recruiting? Ryan is? Josh is, Maggie is, Michaela is, Chris is. Fantastic. So basically what those are recruiting rankings that rank the best football players in high school and best basketball players in high school. Nowadays, they're starting to rank kids who are even middle school, and now even some analysts that rank basketball players as only 6 years old. So this kind of takes away the fun aspect of youth sports that they say, yeah, okay, sports is supposed to be fun, but now they're putting so much emphasis on trying to get an athletic scholarship. Go ahead. Okay, so up and out mentality. So this is Aspen's data. It's called up and out mentality. Aspen's a nonprofit organization, so they partner with the MLB, the NBA, NHL, Nike, and a bunch of other elite names in the athletic industry. So what happens is there's the emergence of travel teams. So like I know, like when I was growing up, I was like, oh yeah, Back Cage Bulldogs are fantastic. That was one of the best travel teams for baseball around in my area. I played for them for 1 year. It was good, I liked it, but just wasn't for me. It took it way too seriously. So these elite and travel teams have started to creep into like younger kids' lives. Again, travel teams starting around age 6 again. So these teams work to find the best young players and recruit them to add to their teams. So basically the up and out mentality is these kids either join that travel team or they become unsatisfied with the recreational team or they quit the sport altogether. Also, these teams usually give preference to like kids who were on the team before, so there's really no room for vertical integration. So take someone who's on a rec team, they play very well. There's almost zero chance they come up here and play on that travel team. And also, like these teams are expensive. So I remember Back Cage, just to play, it was like probably $2,500, I think it was, to play just for 1 year. So that included like unlimited practice time, I paid the coaches, and all that. Go ahead.
Alright, does anyone have questions at this time?
Fellas.
Alright.
Okay. So another factor with this is the increasing cost of play. So this chart. So this chart shows the. I don't know if you can see. So this red line represents household incomes of less than $25,000. The purple line represents household incomes between $50,000 and about $75,000, while this blue line represents household incomes of at least $100,000. So as you can see, there was a slight increase in 2011 and 2012 with maybe the less fortunate family incomes, and then right after 2012, it dipped 12.3%. So that's a pretty significant drop. And it dropped again with the $50,000 to $75,000. Not quite as severe, only about 6%, and about $100,000 income, so relatively the same. So basically, all of the sports are becoming more expensive to play with, whether it be like an AAU team, recreational team, or your travel team. Go ahead. And also, coaches don't have sufficient training. I know we all think how like coaches they know everything. Before I put this up, I would have thought I'd say 95% of these coaches were almost perfect in all of these categories. But the thing that surprised me most was that only